Hi guys, what's going on? It's Native Walrus. I've put together this video just to give my thoughts on the new Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. The gameplay is the Call of Duty Extinction mode, but it does tie in with what the video is about. Now, personally, I think the Call of Duty franchise had a real opportunity to showcase the next-gen graphics, and I think to a certain extent they've managed to do that. The induction gameplay looks pretty impressive from the graphic standpoint, but it certainly looks like the same engine found in the other games. I don't think anyone is questioning the next gen graphics. I think the biggest issue is the style of the game and how it's being shown as a style of futuristic game. Personally, I think this pretty much goes against the full Call of Duty franchises. Players like myself like the realistic warfare element. The jump booster, the exoskeleton just seems too far-fetched to me to really enjoy the game. Having said that, the Call of Duty Extinction mode was a pretty successful sideline game in my eyes, and it's not something that I would expect to enjoy. If someone had said to me there will be a new game mode in Call of Duty which requires players to shoot aliens, I probably would have said, look, it's not for me. I've actually enjoyed this game, and I've probably played it more times than multiplayer at some point. Now the question is, will I be buying this game? And the answer is probably. However, when a new Call of Duty game has been released in the past, I'm normally at the store on the same day it's released, but I think this time I'm going to hang fire and wait for the game feedback as well as the multiplayer footage and then decide. There's a strong possibility I'll end up with this game, unless there's something specifically I don't like about the multiplayer. I think the campaign mode should be pretty interesting and entertaining actually, but I don't normally buy games just for the campaign mode, being an avid multiplayer. It will be interesting to see if people can get used to the new features like the futuristic booster jump, or if the online side of the game will slowly decrease over time after the hype of the launch. I know that Ghosts seem to kick up some issues, and personally speaking I've never purchased any Ghost DLC like I have in other games. I just think the game is changing, and if it's aligned with player expectations, who knows, only time will tell really. I'm personally willing to keep an open mind with Advanced Warfare, but I normally tend to avoid games like Halo and any other futuristic style games. I just don't enjoy it as much as the realistic style games, and I'm sure there are other players out there who agree. But one thing I will mention regarding the induction gameplay is the fact that they have lasers in the gameplay is a massive turn off for me. It's just something that I really detest, futuristic style weapons like that. I think this new release could put the franchise on a knife edge, and I would expect games like Battlefield to do everything they can to appeal to disgruntled Call of Duty players. I've never played Battlefield for years. I enjoyed the Call of Duty games, so I never really needed to. But once the Ghost multiplayer base drops, I'm definitely going to try it. I've got nothing against Battlefield, it looks like a pretty awesome game, but I've never had the time to try it, or really needed to actually. So it's going to be an interesting launch, which is taking place on November the 4th, 2014. Personally, I don't think the hype is behind the launch like the other releases, but it's always very difficult to judge this early on. I know a few players have complained about the game being a rip from Titanfall, but from what I understand is the game was being developed well before Titanfall. Having said that, I think pretty much all of the other game modes have been exhausted, and the only avenue which hasn't been explored in too much detail is the advanced and futuristic genre. There's been World War games, current age games, and there are only so many guns and weapons you can incorporate into the game before they start looking obviously into the future. I think a revamped game would have been ideal with new maps and engines, but I think the franchise has so many different companies working with the brand, everyone is trying to do something new and kind of leave their mark. It's a flagship franchise, and all the companies are trying to be unique, and just sometimes that can go wrong, but as I said earlier, only time will tell with the Advanced Warfare. How much of the development of this game is being targeted towards the players, or just to try something new after running out of ideas, I'm not totally sure. It seems logical that an advanced style game was inevitable really. Do let me know what you think of the Advanced Warfare game in the comments below, and as always guys, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching.